They recorded live from in the Closet Studios. It's Inside Your Mind with the brothers Humphrey.
Did we just listen to that for nothing?
No, why?
There was no intro.
Oh, there's never an intro. It's just...
Who's the Reese's lamp for? Is that for me?
It might be.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. I don't know.
That's exciting.
I got this one from Mom. That's pretty sweet, right? I kind of like it.
I don't know if she likes mounds. No, what are those called? Peppermint patties.
I don't know.
I don't think she likes Yorks.
Oh, what day is it?
That Reese's one is cute.
I know, right there. Buy one, get one free at Rite Aid.
So much for that Secret Santa drawing.
Oh, yeah, that didn't happen, did it?
I knew it wouldn't, but
I kind of forgot about it.
We'll all be together for Liz's big 18.
Yeah, Sundays.
Sunday, December! December 1st, baby!
I wanted to say September again.
We are at the end of the decade, the end of the year, and where has it all gone? Down the shitter, my friend!
Especially if your name is Jeremy.
Oh! Divorce in 2010, breakup in 2013, sporadic breakups in between, and heading towards divorce number 2, baby! Woo!
So, how's your family?
Great!
Oh, my God. So, there's a couple things before we get going on this episode.
I'm going to name that Jeremy's Decade Breakdown.
Yeah, why not? So we got a guest coming into the Closet Studios today.
That poor soul. You know
right.
What? You know what I said? You know what I told her? I said to you, and you were like, I reminded you that was today, and you said, I'm not cleaning. I said, I told Steven, she's come to expect that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't say it to you.
No.
I was gonna, and then I forgot.
We cleaned this morning. Damn. But before, there's a couple things we got to get to. Mm-hmm. Jeremy's got to draw his stuns. We got
cheated.
I did not. We got to talk about
Bullshit.
A guy on Facebook and whatnot, and a couple things on Twitter. So, without further ado, I guess
Are you wanting to talk about Dan on Twitter? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Oh, we should anyway.
I mean, we can because it all was one giant thing. So
it's pretty sad.
You know what I didn't do though? I do this every time. I don't know why I don't record. I don't know why I don't record this into the computer. I just always search it.
NFL STUNZ.
Here we go. The National Football League.
National Football League.
NFL. Yeah, in fact, while you're grabbing the bag, I'll grab those new ones down. Week 17?
No.
Oh, yeah, they're backwards. Yeah, we'll just cut those 3 out and just do today's and Monday.
We forgot to do it on Thursday, or before Thursday, so we have to cut all those out. I'm sure glad I picked the Bears, though.
I'm sure glad I picked the Bears as well.
Here's my stunt.
Whoa, what is that, a cock ring?
You got a small cock.
Well, you threw a ring at me. It looks like a dick cupper.
Okay, I got one. Cupper?
I've been up since 6:30. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no, it's the polar plunge.
The polar plunge. Oh, it's a good one.
It's gonna be cold.
Let's see what the temperature of Lake Michigan is right now, and I can do that real easy. We'll just go to Google. The polar plunge. Jeremy, tell people what the polar plunge is, because I think most of our listeners are retarded.
I gotta jump into Lake Michigan.
I just spelled buoy.
B-O-U-Y. B-O-U-E-Y? I don't know.
BUOY. Did you know you can text the buoys? Text the buoy number of your choice to this number. So I'm going to copy that. And there should be. Where is Muskegon's? There we go. South Haven, Howland, Grand Haven, Port Sheldon, Muskegon. 45161. So we'll go to our text.
Do Howland.
Why?
I'll tell you.
Oh, that's fine.
Stupid.
Well, they don't have Howland on here. They have South Haven, or Port Sheldon. That's where the closest one to Howland is.
Okay.
So Port Sheldon, 450.29.
Is there Grand Haven?
I was doing.
You were doing Muskegon.
Yeah,
You're
nope.
breathing so heavy.
It's so hot in here.
And you're going.
Oh. Okay, well, that one in Port Sheldon is out of service for the season, possibly. 45161. Oh, it's not online. It's okay. This one is. We'll just go to the center of Lake Michigan, South Lake Michigan. 450.07. So the current temperature of Lake Michigan in the center area is, as of today, 41.4 degrees. That's pretty chilly.
Yeah, I think when people swim in it comfortably and it's still cold for the first 5 minutes,
It's
probably
like
in the
65.
70s.
Oh, 70's nice. 60s
Yeah.
are cold.
60s are cold, yeah. You got to think, your normal body temperature is 98 degrees.
Right. I mean, you go outside today, if it was 60 degrees out, which I think it might be. Pretty close to that anyways.
How quick so the water's almost
It's 33.
the
It's warm out.
the water's it's because of all the snow.
Mm.
And the water's almost freezing. I think I think it would only take a good 8 minutes in that water to put me into hypothermic shock.
Well, look that up real quick. That's the best way to do it.
On the podcast? Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh. How cold is it?
It is 41 degrees.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do, Steve. Steve Areno? Beaverino? Beef Coon? Beefaroni?
I like beefaroni.
I-
Beefaroni.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy. That's the
shit.
Canadian version of beefaroni. Okay, here we go. How long would it take for me to get hypothermia in 41 degree water? Search. Generally, a person can survive in 41 degree water for 10 to 15 minutes. Ooh, boy. Before your muscles get weak, you lose coordination and strength, which happens because the blood moves away from the extremities towards the center or core of the body. So, we could swim for a good 10 minutes. And by we is old Rachel, who made me shout her out at the North Park Burger King, said, when you get the polar plunge,
God.
when you get the polar plunge,
I'm going
I
to plunge into your asshole.
Whoa.
Wait, what? Jesus Christ, Rachel, we are a Christian podcast.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus fucking Christ. We are Christians?
We do not believe in sodomization. Sodomizing? Saddam Hussein?
Isation?
Yeah.
I told her, I said, of course, the more the merrier, but you have to dress up like Princess Leia.
Oh, she's going to die.
When she was, yeah, she's going to sink right to the bottom and she's wearing a gold bikini.
Well, I mean, not just that. I mean, she's going to freeze and die.
Oh, I told her it's either that or a white bikini, and she said, and a white bra, or I said white t-shirts, and she said a white bra. I said, no bra.
Ooh.
Steven's filming this.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, I better not bring my wife then.
No, when she heard you were going to be there, she said,
She
I'll
started
do it
creaming?
naked.
What the hell's the name of that creamery company? You heard the commercial of it. Burgers Creamery? Something Burgers Creamery?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean, you motherfucker.
I wasn't bringing that up like that. I was going to say, at the Rachel Burger Creamery.
Burger.
Steven's there, so she gives it a drip dry? No. Yeah, I didn't mean it like that, man. What? The drip dry. What were you thinking? The cream pie?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, they were like, it's our creamery, the cream of your coffee, or whatever they're singing.
Uh-huh.
And when we heard, me and Emma were driving to my warehouse the other day, and we heard that commercial about 40 times, and then she said, Daddy, and I said, yeah. She's like, you're the cream of my cream pie. And I was like, I know why you said that, and I really appreciate it, but as you get older, you're going to realize why you can't ever say that again.
Let's discuss. You're the cream of my cream pie, Daddy.
Daddy. Did you just say steak?
Did someone say steak? No, mistake.
Oh, see, now you got me all excited.
Was there any, what am I trying? Oh, just itch my belly real quick.
So if you ever find yourself in Grand Haven.
That's already in there. Did you happen to, was there any fact-checking issues this week?
I doubt it.
Yeah, we didn't really do much, right?
What's he going to do, fact-check our history or fact-check Quentin's knowledge?
Both. I wouldn't put it past her. That bastard. So, alright, we did the NFL stunt. So, this past Wednesday, we woke up early and went to Free Beer and Hot Wings live in the morning at the intersection.
We sure did, buddy.
And that was a great time. And when I woke up that day, I saw a comment on one of our posts. And it said, I don't remember what it said. You got it up right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because what it was is I decided the last episode we did, it was very informative in many different ways. So I'm going to boost it, which, by the way, we may have gotten 2 or 3 listens because of it. But I decided I'm going to pay an extra couple bucks to boost it. And someone commented on it. And what'd they say?
They didn't just comment. They did a full-on review.
Yeah, they reviewed us and gave us a 1 star.
1 star that said, does not recommend Inside the Mind with the brothers Humphrey. Spamming ads to people's personal private news feed is not the way of a reputable business.
We're not a business.
This smells of desperation and
we are desperate
and a lack of ethics.
We don't have many ethics.
If you would have listened. I said, it's not a business. We don't make money. And I'm not sure what Facebook does with our page. I can assure you that we didn't go out of our way to, quote, spam your personal feed.
The guy's name is Sol. Sal? S-O-L?
I kind of put it as Sal as well.
Gorel. He told you, Steven, the booster of the ad.
Yep.
Think before you boost your ad. Boosting an ad places it directly on people's news feed without regard to the original target audience. Many people are finding this intrusive to the point of boycotting businesses entirely. In an interview with Business Insider, Bradley Horowitz, Google VP of product, stated that Facebook was a social network of the past before damning its approach to advertising. He said ads on Facebook were like someone with a sandwich board interrupting 2 people having a conversation by trying to sell them food. I'm trying to communicate in the sacred space of social connection, said Horowitz. Doesn't matter if I like the sandwich. It doesn't matter if it's personalized with my favorite mustard. What is wrong is the moment to try to dangle it in front of me. Jamming these ads, agenda-sponsored things into user streams is pissing off users and frustrating brands. I've never seen your profile, said Jeremy.
Jeremy.
So not too intrusive, I suppose. You don't have to listen or even click. What you see in your news feed is not your private profile. Just keep scrolling. You don't have to get upset. Happy boycott. You've been added to the national boycott list for your stupidity.
Oh, there's a national boycott list?
And I just said, I guess.
Is there a national boycott list?
And he said, I'm sorry, you're too stupid.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm sorry he called you stupid.
Called us stupid.
Well, I mean, you were personally talking to him.
We are stupid, though.
That is true. I just Yeah, you boast it, you boost a certain thing, and then you get homeboy pissed off at you. How stupid. So yeah, don't listen to him. Recommend it to your friends. Give it a 4-star rating at least. Is it 4 or is it 5?
I don't know. Excuse me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't the only eventful thing that happened that day. I posted a picture on Twitter. Did you see it?
I did not.
It was a picture on Twitter that of our new studio with Kyle from the Steve and Kyle podcast on the wall.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the people.
Right. And, well, because you said you didn't see it, so. Yeah, I posted this on Twitter and was very excited when I got a reply from Kyle himself.
Who?
Kyle.
Who?
Kyle.
Who?
Kyle.
I don't know him.
You know?
Oh, this picture right here?
Nope, different one. Why
Hey, that's a good picture, though.
why can't I find it? Oh, maybe I did it on my personal one. It wasn't on a podcast. But Kyle then said he's happy to be a part of.
So thrilled. Hopefully you guys bring more to the table than my normal co-host.
Yeah, he said that he's glad he's in the Closet Studios and now a part of our podcast.
You ain't a part of shit.
Oh, well then he said something about possibly having him on the podcast, and Steve also said he'd like to be in, so maybe we'll have future guests.
Be in, he means call us, because he ain't coming here, and I don't
No.
think you want him to come here.
No, I do not. And not only that, maybe he meant this.
Oh.
Like, I'm in, yay! Not, I'm in, I'll talk to you.
Steve's list from Paired with an Idiot from the morning show.
Yeah, buddy. No yawning. No yawning.
Too
Can't
late.
do that.
Too late. I already yawned.
Shit.
My back hurts.
Do you have anything else for the week? 'Cause I have nothing. Just that douchebag and then Twitter.
Wasn't there something else?
I don't remember. Am I supposed to remember?
I thought there was something else.
Like what?
I have to do a polar plunge.
You do. We talked about that, though. Yeah. Jeremy drew his stuns, if you didn't hear it earlier, and he's going to do the polar plunge. Doink.
How was your Thanksgiving?
How was my Thanksgiving?
Yeah, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Not really.
I had to go to Burger King in Grand Haven like 80 times on Wednesday, my day off.
Why?
'Cause they needed and it turns out they didn't need them when I got there yesterday. They didn't need shit. When I say yesterday, I meant Friday. You can cut that out. I said,
Oh, okay. I'll try to remember that. I got something. I just got to find it. Sorry.
we are so prepared.
We are. Like, we got a little disheveled, my bad.
Ugh.
It's been a week, 2 weeks
I
now.
don't wanna.
You don't want to?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Movie trivia.
Well, how exciting this is. So if I unplug that, look, it stayed the same that time. Good. I think the last time. What?
Easy questions.
Oh, I lost again. So, who plays Ebenezer in Mickey's Christmas Carol?
In what?
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Ebenezer? Who plays
Yeah.
Ebenezer?
Yes.
Ooh. Donald Duck. No. Donald Duck's uncle. No.
Technically, it should almost be like Donald Duck's brother. Because the stupid little boys call him Uncle. They call him Uncle Scrooge. Now that I realize it, that's actually his name throughout the whole Mickey series is Scrooge.
God damn it.
5, 4, 3,
Wait, I got it.
2,
I don't know.
1. No! It's Scrooge McDuck.
Who plays the jerk in The Jerk?
And I think I know this. Steve Martin. Yeah. Yeah. Why is Bruce Willis in Los Angeles in the 1988 thriller Die Hard?
What'd you say?
Why is Bruce Willis in Los Angeles in the 1988 thriller Die Hard? Is that really a thriller?
Something about his wife.
No.
I don't know. I've never seen the movie ever.
So no guess?
No.
To spend Christmas with his children and estranged wife.
I got it right.
You got like
Something
a
about
quarter
his
of
wife.
It. You got like
Is
a
that-
quarter of it right.
Is that why people think it's a Christmas movie?
Yes. Yeah. Is it a Christmas movie or not? Technically it is because it's Christmas.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What Wes Anderson film is mostly set in 1932 but is framed by a conversation taking place in 1968? A writer recording in 1985 and a girl reading a book in the present day. God damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. It's the Grand Budapest Hotel.
No, I wouldn't have fucking... Yeah. Who directed the Oscar-winning Forrest Gump?
Oh, fuck. What is his name? It's not multiple choice, is it?
Mm-mm.
You're a liar. It is too. You covered the answers. How am I supposed to know
I
if it's
covered
multiple
the
choice or not?
answer. You looked at the other one, didn't you?
No, I didn't look at the other one.
It's
I
just
looked at
one.
your damn thumb. It's Zemeckis. I can't say his name. You know who he did the train movie. I win. You know I know it.
Give me a first name and I'll give it to you.
James?
No.
Hold on. Dave? Robert.
Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he did Polar Express.
Nice.
And the Green Mile, maybe? Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
What is Dorothy's last name in The Wizard of Oz?
She has the last name?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it Hamill? Dorothy Hamill?
Yeah.
No, what is it really? I don't know it.
Gale.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, I would never guess that. What Marvel super heroine is introduced in the post-credit scenes of Avengers Infinity War?
Captain Marvel.
It's because you looked at it. I mean, oh, by the way, see, it wasn't multiple choice.
Well, I remember her coming into Infinity Wars.
Well, great. Now I have to get this one correct.
Well, you won't.
Oh,
Oh, you will.
maybe.
Maybe you know this,
Maybe.
but it probably won't ring a bell.
I
until-
couldn't get fucking what's
What
his
top
name?
grossing Japanese thriller provided the plot line for the movie The Ring?
So I got to name the Japanese movie that
Uh-huh.
that they decided to come up with The Ring.
Yep.
Is it called The Ring as well?
Yeah, kinda.
Uh,
It's Japanese for ring.
yeah, because that's not gonna help me at all. Yep. All right, good job. You won, man.
It's Ringu.
Ringu. Sounds like ringworm. Good God. Fuck. Well, look, you won again. That's like 3 in a row you've beaten me at, so you might as well just retire on top and just never do it again because you are obviously the smartest twin.
I mean, I could have told you that before we got this game.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Is here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, here, let me just pause this real quick for guest stuff. Okay, that's done. Let me turn that off real quick and pull that out. So yeah, that's what this is all about. He wrote a bunch of questions, which is more work than he's done for any of this ever.
It's true.
It's true. And I want him to do it. It was his idea. It's his questions. He can take my microphone. He can take my headphones. Take it all. Here. I don't want it. Here's my headphones. This will be fun. Oh,
She got nervous.
I'm always... Vincey's... I like Vincey.
She's intimidating. If you think you're nervous. Just those.
Were you texting me like...
Yeah, I was going to start giving you the questions. But whatever, man. Fucking prick. Hey.
Hello? How are you?
It's bad outside. I didn't enjoy the ride up here, but
It is.
That is weird too, because the whole thing, the whole thing is. Can you hear me better?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll stay out of
It's my microphone now. I'm just going to turn that windsock around. Don't want Steven's drool on me.
Yes, you do.
So, you consider yourself a feminist, huh?
yeah.
How did that happen? When I first met you, you were a 17-year-old girl.
I think that explains it pretty much right there.
I'll point at you. I'm sorry. Oh, almost lost myself.
It was me.
But really, it's just about, having safe places for everyone and equal opportunities and just a better society in general.
I know there's a question that Steven wants to ask so bad.
What?
If we got rid of all men, would that make the society better?
It's not men that's the problem. It's the patriarchal system that's been created. That's the issue.
From the men.
Let me tell you, I don't know what that means.
It's this society that we lived in where men are viewed as better than women.
Oh, yeah.
And
I know a
from
lot of
that-
women that are way better than me. Dude, you're fucking shit up.
I'm turning you down. She's not getting picked up. You're
Well, it's
high
because
as
she's
hell.
not talking into it.
You
Yeah.
don't want to put my mouth on the mic.
You don't have to.
I was just trying to pick her
Now
up
we
some
now
more.
we could really hear you.
Good.
Echo.
There's always an
You
echo.
suck.
Do I?
Yeah, you
Well,
fucked it all up.
Oh, look, I'll turn it back down to where
Thank
it was.
you.
Jesus.
It was fine.
Try to help. For the fans.
We don't have any.
For the fan.
So, you're not going to go out and burn your bra? Is that a thing? I don't pay attention to it.
It was a thing in the 70s when people were doing it.
Now, is it more
Yeah.
so a thing now, too, because the whole free the nipple movement?
I mean, no one's out burning bras, but I just think women don't want to feel like they have to wear a bra.
They should have to. I don't wear a bra. Look at my tits.
Right, his are huge.
And not
One
only that,
point's down and the other point's up.
they're too expensive to burn.
It's just more of like what that individual is comfortable with. Like, if I'm not comfortable wearing a bra, I shouldn't feel like I have to make other people around me comfortable.
Did you hear that story? It was recent. We just heard it on Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Was it
It was
Wednesday?
a man and his wife, they were doing like insulation, and they started getting undressed in the garage, and their boobs were exposed, and she like got arrested for it, like indecent exposure, but he was naked too.
No, I mean, he was topless.
Naked.
Topless isn't naked.
If I got arrested for indecent exposure for having my
Should it
top
be
off,
different for women?
I would understand.
Is topless different for women than it is men?
No, I'm just. He's saying they were naked. They weren't naked. They were
Oh,
just topless.
topless.
So you were
whatever.
saying- well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Alright.
a
You
big
were saying
difference.
he, and you were like, well, he was topless.
Oh no! He was, yeah,
Yeah.
they were topless.
Okay.
If
I
I'm
just
walking
wanted-
around with my dick flopping out, that's indecent exposure for even myself.
Well, if someone called the cops on me for being topless, I would completely understand because I am ugly. But yeah, no, I don't.
Did you see that GIF on Facebook of me?
I mean, I think the whole thing of it is boobs were made like in all of us stupid men's head as sexual. So it's our boobs aren't sexual. Yours are now.
Or if you
So
ask
it's a
my
problem. And I don't think it's a problem. If you want to be topless, he can be topless. If he wants to be topless,
You probably shouldn't.
for him to have a shirt on, but he can be topless. But it strikes me as insane. And I think what happened was the stepkids saw her boobs and mom
Told
was not
her-
happy
told her
about
mom,
it.
yeah.
But still, I mean, he should have got arrested too. If we're gonna go down that road,
Well, it's not
it's
even
2020.
so
Jesus
much
Christ!
as indecent exposure on her own garage. And
Right,
her own
right.
Property.
It's not like the neighbors came over and was like, "Oh, what?"
No, she's being charged.
Yeah.
That's that's definitely the crazy part. I mean, a lot of people can make the argument that like walking down the street is different, but I mean, in your own home is a little nuts.
You know, if I saw a lady walking down the street and she's topless, I will get shocked at first, but then at the same time, I would probably just
Depends
shrug
on
my
who it
shoulders,
is.
like, it is hot out. I understand.
What if it was Kelly?
I mean, I see when I'm driving home from work during the summer, I
Or
saw
Mom.
ladies running
do
and go,
it.
Jesus Christ.
Couldn't do it.
If you saw mom naked, I've never
Topless.
saw mom naked.
Topless.
It's
Oh.
because you guys view women's bodies as sexual objects.
I view my mom's body as something I don't need to see
But why?
because it's my mom.
I'm sure
I
you've
don't want-
seen her naked body before.
Maybe if I was a baby, I don't have memory.
You
Look,
repressed it for a
I don't
reason.
want to see my dad naked either.
Yeah, but if he was
And I don't
topless,
think
were
of
you
him
see-
as
I've
a
seen him-
sexual
I've
being.
seen him
But if
topless
you
over the
saw
summer.
him naked, you wouldn't be able. You would never compare it to seeing it as your mom naked.
I would too. I'd be like, Mom, it's huge. I must be a Steenhagen at heart. So, when did feminism, what's the history of it? When did that start?
Back with the suffrage movement when women were gaining the right to vote.
Women have the right to vote?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
You know, like back in the 1920 eras.
Is that how old that is?
What
The
right-
women, the women's rights movements, 1920s.
Yeah.
My-
in that
my
ballpark.
history sucks.
Maybe more later 20s, but
I almost would have liked the right to vote. I thought was 1800s.
no.
We-
Definitely the 1900s.
I don't.
No, back then they were still afraid.
Well, 'cause yeah.
Let me tell you, there are some smart women out there, and if you were in the 1920s, would you be afraid to be a part of that movement? Men were insufferable. We still are,
They were completely demonized.
right?
And that's this whole like issue with the word feminist. And nowadays, it's like from the get-go, it was just demonized. Women are trying to take over the world, trying to enslave
I say let 'em.
men. It's
Ooh,
Depends on the woman.
if Liz wanted to slave me, just get out of here. Have you ever heard of the book "She Just Wants to Forget"?
no.
Oh, that's curious.
Yeah, 'cause back to the depends on the woman. There's just there's the same amount of stupid women as there are stupid men. So I don't trust
What is this
everyone
book about?
or anyone. You agree with that, right?
Yeah, I
People are
mean, stupidity is in any gender, race, sexual orientation. I mean, people can be stupid, cruel, rude, and dumb.
Liz, why?
Okay, yeah, the book is about your purpose and your value and stuff like that. So I just thought see if it would yeah. Anyway, so for real though, if it was the 1920s and you are you now, would you be involved then?
If I was at this point in my life, probably.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. You just she's involved now.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like back then, if you started going up against men, they would be
They'd
dicks
hang you
about
for being a
yeah,
witch.
yeah. Ooh,
But- I mean, there's also a lot of different factors to like, and then a lot of people, you know, they create their opinions based on their experiences as well as, you know, their education and things like that. I could say probably growing in a house full of women helped shaped a lot of my views and my experiences now.
Or Raymond.
Raymond's there too.
But
Or
I probably maybe never would have had that back in the 1920s. So things are kind of hard to say
Yeah,
on
because
those front lines.
in the
but-
1920s, you would have been raised to be what they're valued then,
Right.
a homemaker, right? That's the
you're asking more questions than you wanted
And
to.
when
You're
you-
gonna have to boost your audio.
When you think about how heavy religion played back in the past and things like that, I mean, you know, being Catholic and whatnot, the Catholic, you know, they control women a lot. So.
We have determined that this is a Christian podcast right before you got here. Right after Steven said, Jesus fucking Christ, this is a Christian podcast.
I did.
It was funny, man. It was funny. If you hear any sound that is ice, she has a McDonald's Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Atta girl. See, I remember that. And my brain's still there.
They
It's
started serving
functional.
burners.
Did they? Gross!
Gross. I got a bottle of burners. in the
Guys,
back of
she's
my
not
bed
from
right now.
Michigan. At heart, she's from not Michigan.
Just so you know, this is all Jeremy's. I don't. Well, these are mine. See, I put them up in a way.
I do it just to piss him off. Okay, how did you get involved with feminism? How did you... I gotta ask. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like I've always had those viewpoints of, being able to do whatever I put my mind to and things like that. But also, again, growing in a house full of women, I got to see women do great things. I never really realized that, there's a society out there that was holding a lot of them back. So, after reading a book called The Pursuit of Happiness.
What? I don't
The
know.
Feminist Pursuit of Happiness, it really, opens your mind in a worldview where you see that in different places of the world, in different areas of the country, things are pretty crazy, and there are things holding women back from pursuing their happiness.
So, is this from a viewpoint of a woman?
The book?
Yeah.
Yes, it is written by a woman. And,
Did you fact check any of it?
she has all the references in the back of the page.
All
and
right.
things like that, with all her studies, and
So,
really
I only ask because you know how people are. Like, I read that book, but if Steven didn't believe in any of that, it's all bullshit. She only says that because she's a woman, or
Damn
and it could be the other way around. If a man wrote it, and you know what I'm saying, and women could read it and be like, oh, of course a man would say that. So I was just curious. I'm not a complete dick. I just want to know. Steven's the one over there. He just said he doesn't believe. He's a fucking prick.
Hmm?
And then, also back to the original question. Talking to my family members and realizing they did struggle, and I never knew things like when my grandma went to go buy her first house, she was going to buy one off of Crosby, over by Leonard.
Yep.
And
No.
the guy
I don't know.
the guy refused to sell to her because she was a single mom.
I remember her telling me that, and that is fucking sad.
Or,
Side note, where the fuck's Crosby?
it's off Leonard.
Well, I know. Shit. This whole time? But what part? Give me a main street.
The West Side.
Fuck! Really?
I mean, I think it goes through Alpine too. It's over by Harrison, but it also goes all the way up by the Burger King. I mean, it's a big street.
Yeah. And just Google it, dude. You're sitting right there next to your
I
phone.
felt like if I'm sitting
Or
here, it
even,
looks like I'm not listening.
My Aunt Dawn, she was an engineer, and she faced a lot of discrimination of people telling her not to even get into the field. There's no way she's going to succeed in it simply because she was a woman.
Fuck,
And
that still happens
And that
today.
was,
Yeah.
STEM. My cousin's in STEM, and she has a hard time.
What's STEM?
It's the coding and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
Rose?
robots and and she has
She's cool.
Women has a very hard time breaking into the industry, and when they are hired, they're just used as tokens. We hire women.
Because you have to, right? Like back when there was we have to hire a black guy or any what's the word I'm thinking of, Steven? Minority. They'll just hire one so they can get by, and we have to hire a woman, so we're gonna hire one. So what would they be used for if that's the case? They hire a woman just to say they have a woman.
Right, and I'm sure they do work, but it's are they being listened to? Are they given the opportunities that they need to advance in the company?
Yeah, tell it to my wife when she's at Adobe.
It's like
Hey, she's
I know a couple women at Adobe
Well,
that are the top.
and in
Big Kim.
food industry itself is it's a different type of atmosphere.
Adobe's all women.
When you think about food service, you think of women and minorities. So that's probably one of the only fields where women kind of step ahead.
I think of
Or
obesity.
minorities because, those are the jobs that a lot of us can get.
Speaking of food service, if you ever find yourself in Grand Haven, swing by Ray's. Great people, great service, best burgers since 1960.
Yours $27, you fuckers.
And they said, have you had a shout out for us yet? No. There, I threw it in there. It's all women. There.
There's a dude there.
It works. Yeah, please.
Or
Arm hurts.
If you also look at female-dominated industries like education and nursing, but you look at the administrative positions, they are mostly
It's all men.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is sexist. You could teach our kids. You could raise our kids. but you can't run the show.
Can't find Crosby. On Frederick.
He's still looking for Crosby.
I
I think I bought drugs off of Crosby once.
Yeah,
That's-
not a good area. I mean, good thing she didn't have to live there.
No,
but-
she's got a good spot now.
Yeah.
That's the thing about
Profit off that house
um,
even now.
the food industry. Talking about being mostly minorities and women. That was when I was out of work. What, back in 2009, 2008, when I quit Adobe before I went back. Jim was looking for waitresses and waiters. I said, okay, hire me. He's like, no, I'm not going to hire you. I said, why the fuck not? And he's like, because we want pretty women because they get tips.
At Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Those
and then I
waitresses
go
were
in.
ugly.
I go in when they open it up, and I'm like, okay, she's 80 fucking years old.
You know what? Actually,
She probably was prettier than me, but still, I'm like, that hurt my feelings.
one of the waitresses at Pizza Hut after I left was hanging out with our neighbors on Sibley Street when we lived there. I was like, holy shit. And she was snorting coke. Bad Pizza Hut ladies.
Everyone on the west side snorts coke.
So, we kind of covered the stereotype of feminists hating men. How did that start? All because men are... I don't know if people know this, but men are dramatic beings. We are whiners. So, if you got a woman, fighting for equality, she hates us.
Like I said, I really believe that it was just a tactic back then when it started to really deteriorate other women from joining the cause and to get men to really join in together and we can't let women vote, things like that, and it just carried on throughout generations and generations. I know a lot of people feel like feminists hate men, but I don't hate men. I mean, I have a brother, I have a
Just
father.
me.
I have a boyfriend, and I love
baby
them all
daddy.
very, very deeply.
No offense.
Now,
I
do
got a baby daddy, too.
Do I think they're perfect in their views or their ideologies? No, they got a lot of work to fix themselves and make them better people. But I don't hate them.
Well, that's sorry, I like to jump in sometimes, too. I like to hear my own voice. Ow.
There's been...
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you. Here you go, man. Yeah.
It bounced off my nose so seductively. The whole thing with Jeremy brought up with feminists hating men.
That's me.
Hi. I always wondered that too because when the whole I don't want to say feminist. It doesn't sound right to me. When the whole women's right blasted my Facebook all at one time. You were a part of it. A few other people. You're here. We were friends on Facebook for a while until you... So,
My fault.
it is.
Okay. It's fine.
I'll talk to you about it later. Fuck
It's
him.
my fault. It's fine. Whatever.
Someone put on there.
It is my... I remember. It is my fault. I know why. You don't have to talk to her. I'll talk to you myself.
Sure.
Check this out, son.
Sure. Someone put on there, everything's men's fault. Men suck, yada, yada. That's fine. And I said, damn, all men? Because I don't feel like I'm that bad. And I instantly got hung. I mean, it was, if you think it's this and you're the problem, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just trying to clear my name. If you're saying every man, that means every fucking man, and you have the right to believe that. But I don't think I'm that bad.
Yeah, you are.
So,
Oh.
that's the difference is the wording. Like you said, to me, saying, and I know it sounds like generalization is saying men, when you're talking about it, oh, men this, men that. It sounds like you're talking about all men, but that's not really the purpose of the conversation.
Yeah,
And
don't take it personal, man.
a lot of the
Oh, I
time,
learned that.
you gotta think, I mean, a lot of us are just sick of it. We're sick of all of the, sexual, what's the word? Objectification.
Sexual objective.
Man, you belong
God
right
damn it.
on this fucking podcast.
No, objective.
What's that?
I can't do it
Huh?
either.
No,
Let me read it. Hold
I'm
on.
bad with words, and this is going to happen a lot.
So
No, yeah.
Trust us.
We're like words.
But, it's just...
Objectification.
Yeah, it's just and I'm not excusing, rash behavior, but I've definitely got looped up in it once or twice before. You just get so, angry, you feel like you're not getting listened to.
It all makes sense.
And you
Hey,
just kind
girl.
of lash out.
I like your glasses.
So do I.
Those are fancy looking glasses.
You're making a joke for what she just said. I got you. I'm sorry.
No, I really do
you.
like your glasses. They are nice
Thank you.
glasses. I got a pair of sunglasses like that.
You know, and there's a lot of saying that are harsh. I can see why people get upset.
Here, you know what?
I learned to bite my tongue after that. Because
Steven.
I when it said every man. And I'm like,
Bite
wait,
my
what?
tongue.
No, I
Steven.
did. I stopped.
Steven,
I didn't want to
Steven,
What?
listen, Steven, what you should have done, you should have went to Speedway and got yourself a chili dog
I actually did the other night and
with
regretted it.
extra jalapenos
Good God, gross.
and onions for the zip.
Onions. I hate onions.
well,
You're missing out, brother.
and like next time in a situation like that, it'll always just be better to like hear the opposition. And
I listened.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped commenting.
You remember last week you said our country is
And-
shit.
Yeah.
How many women have run the show? It's all men's fault, brother.
Including Barack
it's
Obama?
Yeah, Michelle was running it for him.
Well, there's a theory that Hillary was running it for Clinton. He was just getting his dick sucked.
Attaboy.
I
I don't know what to say to that.
It depends on the woman. I don't.
It's,
Hillary
it's-
Clinton would have sucked.
Don't take anything
Donald
personally.
Trump sucks.
When Donald Trump first became president, I had a friend on Facebook, someone I considered a really good friend, and they said all Trump supporters are racist, sexual predator, pedophiles. And I said, my dad voted for Trump. You know him. He's not like that. Better watch out for your kids. He's going to start touching them, and he's a racist. He hates us all. And I was like, well, I got to block that
can you-
person.
I mean, I like Tom, but he
Tom's
falls-
my dad.
He falls on the spectrum some places. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
Everything's on a spectrum with race, sexism.
Yeah,
It's
he's
all,
he's
and we
stuck
all,
there.
especially as white people,
He's a
we
boomer.
fall somewhere on there.
Oh, yeah, man. And let me tell you.
I don't think he's like a terrible person by any means. He's a really
He's
great
not going
guy.
to touch our kids.
Oh no,
No,
not that.
no, he barely hugs him because he doesn't want to see him.
Yeah, no, not in that way. I'm just saying, like, in the sense of people feeling that way. I understand Republicans a little bit, like they're just super conservatives, but people who are like diehard Trump supporters, like obviously they have a little racist.
Yeah, they have an
They're
alternative
racist
motive.
at some point. They feel what he says about Mexican and even women, for that matter, that
It's
crazy.
true.
When he talked about grabbing women by their pussy and like
Whoa!
everyone was like,
Sorry, it caught me off guard.
"Ooh," you know, like
Right?
yeah,
Everyone was like, "Yeah." Oh, you know what? We quoted that last week.
We quoted
When
it
you're
a
a big
lot.
star, you could just go up and kiss him. You know, I just couldn't help myself. You could just grab him by the pussy.
Yeah.
You'll do whatever you
It's
want.
really disgusting.
You know, I have done a lot of bad things in my life. I've said a lot of bad things. I am not a saint, but I don't think I've ever grabbed a female by the genitalia unless she wanted it.
I think after it was said,
I've never
I did
walked
it as
up to a
joke.
girl and said, "Hey, come here."
To my wife. I was like, hey, Trump's elected. I can start grabbing you. It was weird.
You know,
But
it
she's
kinda-
my wife.
You ever watch that show?
She laughed, so it's a good thing, right?
You ever watch that show F is for Family?
No.
It's a good show.
I'll throw you through the fucking wall, Steven.
It's a good show. It's very...
There's a part where
Definitely in the 70s.
the wife gets a job and
Selling
she's-
Tupperware?
yeah,
Yeah.
and she's coming up with a lot of it's a show written by comedians and voiced by comedians, so it's completely sexist and racist and
It's
all
set in
sorts
the
of
70s.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes I know comedians get a really bad rep too with their jokes and things like that.
Are you just saying that because your boyfriend's a comedian?
Well, I mean, I have to say, I'm in this world now where
What?
I
You get
feel
it.
kind of confused at first, yeah. But then when you really like listen to the jokes, if you listen throughout the punchlines, are they really making a joke out of it, or are they just like bringing it to life?
And that's why I bring it up, because there's like, you know, you watch F is for Family and she gets this job and she's like what, a secretary or like
What, on normal? Before the Tupperware?
yeah, get out of here. And she was a housewife before she got the job.
That's
he
good.
lost his job.
Yeah.
That's
Started selling candy.
apples and oranges. Yeah, with Thomas.
Legit.
she comes up with a really good idea, like basically a lettuce dryer because her husband hated wet lettuce in his salad, and it's all sexual. Shut the fuck up. And it's all sexual. Like these women are only there for sexual reasons, and she's like, I have this idea, and they're like, oh, Nancy, you're stupid, and blah blah blah, and it's like, damn, that was like that. It was like that.
Okay.
Well, it's like just in comedy, there's the line, and you can get up to that line, you can kind of put your little tippy toe on that line, but when you cross it is when it's the issue.
I'm really bad at not crossing the line.
It's like people say, nowadays there's no way The Office would have survived. But I feel like The Office is almost a perfect representation of what society feels and here. Michael Scott is like a typical human being.
What?
I understand when they say it's not going to survive. Yeah, I get that.
But see, that's the thing.
That's because everyone's so
it brings
easily
up these
offensive.
issues. It brings awareness. It shows that people are that ignorant still.
And it technically still survives. It's syndicated. Everyone watches it.
I know.
They're saying
How?
only millennials watch it, maybe before, but the Generation Z would not watch it. It
Which
wouldn't
is a
survive.
lie, they do watch it.
How
My
wide do you
kids
think?
watch it.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right.
They love Michael. Who doesn't?
I think I got a
he's a
picture
sweetheart.
of Gabby watching it when she was a baby. I'm just laying in bed.
I'll still watch it.
If
Then.
it wasn't
love
for
The
you, I
Office.
wouldn't have watched it, so thank you.
Right? Yeah. Hey, shout
so
out to
good.
The Office.
I cry every time at the wedding. And when Michael comes back.
That's what she said. Season 9 sucked. My least favorite
Time you gotta
character is
leave?
Andy.
Probably around 12.
Okay.
How? Okay, so there's been obviously some growth in the whole feminist movement from the start to now. There's been a lot of growth. I think, didn't they just determine that women without a shirt is not considered? Isn't that like a Supreme Court ruling? You could be naked if you want.
No,
You can free that nipple.
It's just-
Topless.
Free that nipple, I
Yeah,
said.
you should say top.
You gotta say topless. No one can be naked. We should be able. I mean, it depends on where you go. I just.
If you want to be naked, be naked.
No, I definitely don't want to be naked.
It's in some states. It's not in all states.
Okay. So there's how wide do you think that
that's
gender?
That's not really. I mean,
I know, I
women
just-
walking around topless isn't really something that I'm really worried about or need to change. I do think if that's something women want to do, then all for it.
Oh, I
But
think
there's
I know what you're
other
talking
more
about.
pressing issues that are more important.
I think what they deemed legal is to pull your tit out. Sorry.
Oh, for
Breastfeeding. Yeah.
see?
You can breastfeed in public now without getting indecent exposure.
Which is crazy that was even ever a thing.
It's how you feed your kid. And if I pull out a bottle and start feeding a kid, am I going to go to jail?
Well, and it's and that's the thing. That's what really breasts are here for, is to feed the kids.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh my god, it's so good.
You know, I mean, sure.
My 10-year-old son can't see the boob. It's just
I
so stupid.
depends on who the parent
I
is.
don't know. Jesse saw Liz's boobs recently. He's traumatized.
And American Pie.
You know what I realized about American Pie recently? All the naked women aren't that good looking.
Huh?
I thought they were
Not
when I was a
everyone's good
kid.
looking.
When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my god, naked ladies!" But now I'm just like, "Yeah,
You see
naked
the
ladies."
size of that dildo? Holy
That's
shit.
the best part. God dang it, Steven!
I'm sorry.
You got me all
Sorry.
discombobulated.
Fuck.
So, what is your opinion on sexual objectification? We brought that up earlier. The word. I said it without issues. I did it.
My knee hurts.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anyone wants to be treated as a sex object.
I am super guilty, as all men, and maybe there are women out there that look at men as sexual beings, look at
I've seen it in the
Look at-
drive-thru.
look at-
I would put that dick on. I want to ride him.
look at that vampire on that show and
Wants to
his
ride me.
muscles and
It's a terrible show.
sugar. Eric was a good-looking guy.
He was.
Yeah, I'll sexually objectify him all day. I did learn something recently, within the last couple months. In the eyes of God, I am wrong for doing that.
Doing what?
Just looking at women and just basically undressing them in my mind. So I'm trying to be better at that.
I undress men and women.
It's
I do
fine
that.
to see other human beings as, like, you know, beautiful and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's that line where it's like the sexual, like, what it does is also it forces women into this box and, like, it tells us what we have to wear while we're outside in society. And even sometimes in our own houses. Like, to me, there is no reason why when Gabby gets older, if she wants to wear whatever she wants to wear, whatever makes her comfortable, and she should be able to do that inside her house and outside her house.
A big gray dress that covers head to toe.
And if men, and no one should look at her in a sexual way.
I'll kill 'em.
Especially before she's of legal age to be doing
I'll
like
kill them.
But see, and men like to act like, oh, you know, this doesn't exist, this isn't an issue. But yeah, when they think of their daughters, they're like...
Yeah, we are hypocrites.
There's
something going on.
There's that coworker that Jeremy was making fun of earlier that I work with, the chili dog guy that literally sat there and I argued with him.
And touched his daughter.
I argued with him on this. He said rape wouldn't be a thing if women...
If he didn't touch his daughter. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Daughter
Rape.
toucher.
You can look it up. He apparently touched his daughter.
Public knowledge.
But
and then he got me fired.
The
so I
family...
can suck it.
Again, you got yourself fired.
Hey!
The family courts said he was innocent. So...
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right.
That's what he tells you.
Hey, whatever.
What's this argument? Go ahead, man. Argument.
That women wouldn't get raped if it wasn't for the clothes they wear. And I said, that's bullshit. I was like, one, I think there was a study that said most men would rape a woman if she wore more baggy clothes. She looks an easier target because women that flaunt off their stuff have more of power to them, you know?
Well, rape has been happening since the dawn of man. Like, this isn't no secret. It doesn't matter what you wear. Women were getting raped back then when they wore dresses straight to their knees.
Right. And to say based on what they're wearing now is the reason that they get raped, I'm like, that's the stupidest fucking thing. I look at a woman, sure, she's got a nice butt, and I go, that's a nice butt. I don't care. I say it to myself or sometimes to my wife, and if she got a nice butt, and my wife might look at me and go, yeah. I'm like, right on, man. But I'm not going to go rape her. That's just not my thing. You know, a rapist is a rapist. Like Dave.
Did you break your shock absorber?
No, why?
Well, and that's all just rape culture in itself. And victim blaming. And it takes in what it does exactly what it does, you know, it takes the blame off men and put it on the perpetrator, I should say, and then put it on the victim.
Right.
You did it again. I was going to ask her a question. You went in talking about rape.
Well, the conversation was up. You know, you guys were talking about what people would dress.
Yeah, Quentin, you're black. You're gay. It's blah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and there was a reason I was asking him that, and I got interrupted and I forgot to finish it. I had to make a post later.
There was something I wanted to bring to the table, all right?
Yeah, it's one thing, you know, looking at a woman and saying, man, that is a beautiful woman. If you believe in God or if you don't believe in God, that is a beautiful creature of this earth. That is great. But the other thing is to go up and say, man, the things I would do to that girl, boy.
Yeah.
Or as Andre said, the things I would eat out of her ass. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Drop the zero and get with a hero. Fucker. Interrupted me.
But I believe...
What is the biggest problem today facing women?
You.
I quit. It's your podcast. I don't want to be here. Fuck you, man!
If you broke my chair, I'm going to be a little upset.
I'm sorry. I'm back. This happens on the weekly. Someone quits.
It's usually him.
All right.
He
Sorry
doesn't
about the
like truth.
outburst. Did you have time to think of my question?
I don't know. It's hard to pick the biggest. I mean, I guess right now, there's the whole attack on abortion in some states.
That's stupid too.
Just we're still struggling with being able to do what we feel right for ourselves and our bodies, and I feel like, at this point, we shouldn't have to worry about it.
Are you pro-choice?
Yeah, I'm pro-choice.
Does
Are
it make
you?
sense to be pro? I don't care what anyone does. But if it's my baby, I kind of don't. I don't know.
Right,
but
right.
I'm always,
Ooh. Okay, so go back.
I said there were options. I never said have an abortion.
Go back. Say
There's adoption.
so many years, and I'm not saying it would happen because obviously.
And now we have Gabby
Shut up.
up top.
So
Up top.
if
Gabby,
it was
for Gabby,
Hold on, Steven's talking.
if it
when
was-
is he not talking?
I have been pretty quiet. I'm Gabby.
Thank you.
If it was up to you, if you decided, okay, look, Gabby's a blessing, but back in the day, if you're like, hey, I'm not ready to have a kid, I want to get an abortion, and Jeremy said, I would appreciate it if you didn't, would you weigh his opinion, or would you just do it anyways?
Well,
Like Tracy?
since my body is the one that's going to go through the pregnancy and also through delivery, his opinion in that matter is important.
It hurts my feelings.
A little bit. Is it different if you guys were married?
Nope. It all depends on how I feel and what's best for me.
So, say in my past,
That's a hot button topic right there.
It is. It's a tough one because it was presented to me at one point, and I said, "Go ahead and do it."
Lisa wanted to abort your baby?
Mm-hmm. I said, "Go ahead and do it. If you do it, I'll leave you." And she said, "Well, why don't you? You're not
gave her an
supporting me."
ultimatum?
I said, "I am
Yeah,
supporting
that's
you."
pretty manipulative.
No.
It really is.
Look, man.
That's even more hot
She's-
button than her hot button. We're throwing hot buttons
I'm
back
going to
and
say
forth.
right now, at least one of the two, she was the reason we got pregnant. But she wasn't giving me an option.
Well, why do you?
How's it her
why
fault?
Do you
You-
feel like you have the option when? It's
Wait,
her
how is
body.
it her fault she got pregnant? It takes two to tango. Something like that.
Wrapped her legs around me. And
Oh, yeah, I use that excuse, too.
It did happen.
Just do it deep inside
Yeah, no.
me. Yeah.
But I told her, I was like, I support you. It's your body. You can do what you want. But if you're not going to even... Sorry.
I mean, if you didn't want to be with her for that, that's fine. But you could have just broke up with her.
No. I had to
Instead
give her...
of giving her the ultimatum,
no.
because when you do things like that, you're manipulating the situation.
Fuck her.
That-
Kill the baby then. I don't care.
Well, it's just a constant.
Well, here, you know what? Like, yeah, okay, let's say you wanted to have an abortion, and I said, well, I kind of
Might be your
want
baby,
to
man.
have the
Her
baby, and you
body,
still had
still
the
my
abortion,
kid.
I would respect your decision. Honestly. There ain't nothing I could do about it. I've been there. There was nothing I could do about it when Tracy had an abortion. I didn't know about it until like 3 months after. And it sucked. But deep down, I am so glad that happened, because now she's not in my life. But it...
I believe when people are parenting a child, then yes, both people should be a part of that. People should be involved.
And
But
that's after the child's...
is born.
Yeah.
What is hard for men in these situations to understand, because they're going through some emotional stuff themselves, is that you guys don't go through a pregnancy, you guys don't go through the delivery, you guys don't have to deal with recovering from a delivery.
No, she seemed to recover fast. She went back to work a week later.
I said delivery.
You okay?
You said the recovery from a delivery.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
rough. And
Right.
everybody has different
I'm not
bodies.
saying I carry a baby all the time.
Everybody has different bodies and they recover different. But when women get pregnant, they're at risk. They're at risk of not being able to work. It's a big deal. It's a lot
Yeah.
on your body, and no one has a say on it except that person, because it's their body.
Sorry. I actually had I have a friend that...
I shouldn't say women. I'm trying to be more
No, you're fine.
binary in the way
You're
I
fine.
speak, and it's hard.
You're okay.
To break up and learn how to
No,
It's okay.
Just
You
as
okay?
people. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah?
fine.
Alright. I saw you holding the shoulder.
Oh, no,
We could take a
I'm
break if
good.
you want.
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
She wants to keep going until she's done because she wants to leave at
Um,
any time.
No, I do know somebody.
I don't hear anything in here. Is that
Oh.
normal?
No, he probably unplugged him.
Can you hear you?
Mm,
Can you hear yourself?
yeah, can you hear yourself?
No, I
No?
can't hear
Can you hear you?
Yeah, I can hear everything.
You say something.
something.
I can hear her. Is it popping up?
Yo-da-dum.
We get cheap products.
There we go. Any better?
No.
How about now?
Yeah. Oh, there was something and then it went away.
Really?
Yeah.
Bullet.
It cuts in and out.
You could just take the headphones off if you want.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wonder maybe it's just not plugged in all the way in there.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden was fucking with him earlier.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna turn
Damn
this back down a
kids.
little bit. No, I do have a friend that, you're gonna have to cut that out. I do have a friend that,
You don't
she
cut
became
anything else
pregnant
out.
and there's a lot of things going on. There was a lot of stress in her life and she did end up having a miscarriage. So there is a lot of physical and emotional thing tied up into it that could be harmful for the baby and for the carrier. Will you get out of here?
Well, and that's the thing. People like to push fake propaganda about abortions and things like that just to get people riled up. I've known women who have chose to have an abortion, and I would say I don't think that decision came lightly. I feel like that's just what they felt was best for them, so they proceeded with it. Do I think they were just like, oh, I'm just gonna go and do this, like with no thought to it whatsoever? No.
Some of them do, but that's a different thing.
Well, what?
It gets hot
drug
in here, doesn't
addicts?
it?
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I mean, like, yeah, you're right. Drug addicts, they do go get abortions and things like that. But honestly, that's probably what's best. I mean, the child is going to come out addicted to a heroin or crack.
yeah,
or
you
meth
see
or
them
whatever it is.
videos of the babies coming out going through withdrawals and
They're
just shaking.
obviously not, ready to be parent or ready to carry the fetus and whatnot. So
I have to say, I've been involved in 3 pregnancies. I don't really count the 4th. I wasn't around.
well, I
You
mean,
did pretty good.
What do you remember?
Compa-
Didn't you get sick and like go sit somewhere?
No, like compared to
Bullet. Get out.
Sam had all sorts of struggles. You made that thing look like a breeze. I don't know, man.
Some people just have it harder than others. My brother's girlfriend's expecting, and she has a thyroid
Oh.
tumor.
Oh,
Yeah, she's all.
Well,
fourth in
congratulations
April,
to them.
And it's been a struggle for them.
It's a thyroid.
That's a thyroid.
what'd you say?
Thyroid.
I thought you said thyroid. I'm like, oh.
Thyroid.
Oh,
It's
so
a
did I.
tumor that is it's something specifically for people with uteruses.
Mm.
You could say women. I don't have a uterus.
Yeah, but dogs could get it too, I assume.
It's a non-cancerous tumor, and it throws off hormones. She knew she had it prior to the pregnancy, but when she got pregnant, it started to grow,
Perfect timing to get it.
and it's bigger than the baby.
Oh.
The baby's completely safe, but she's at risk. So the doctor, so that was something she had to think
And
about.
this is Raymond's fiance?
Yeah,
She's nice. I
Is
met her once.
she keeping it?
yeah, she is. But
C-section
she's been
or-
struggling. Yeah, they're gonna have to do a C-section.
How far along is she?
She's at probably about 20 weeks now. They're gonna find out. exactly.
I'm all excited now.
Is that one of those things to get rid of? Can they get the tumor out, or is it
They'll have to
remove the
wait till
uterus?
after.
Well, right. I mean, after.
They are usually inside the uterus, but this one's outside.
Is that a good thing?
It keeps the baby safe.
Right.
But it does put her at risk. And this might be their last baby, because of it. But who
Right.
knows?
Is the other baby Raymond's?
Well, no, but
No. I don't know how long they've
but
been
he's
together.
good with Ezra. So.
No, I know. I see he pops up as someone you may know.
Yeah.
And I see the pictures. I'm like, that's so cute. Ah!
Yeah.
You're friends with my stepson on Facebook, and it weirds me out.
Well, it weirds me out that any of these kids have Facebook, so.
I only did it for the messenger. Gabby doesn't go on Facebook. She does the messenger to contact people. You've seen it, and I do get notifications.
She does contact people a lot.
As for Bryson and Emma, I have no control. I lost all control 10 years ago.
All right, next question.
Get the fuck out of here. Me too. I'm ready for a smoke.
What do you, smoking's bad for you.
Okay.
What do you think of the view that marriage constitutes slavery for women? That's a view? Have you heard of that view?
Where did you get these questions?
Oh,
For real,
boy.
man? Did you Google something from back in the 1960s?
Boy, let me tell you what.
I do feel at one point marriage was an enslavement for women. There were a lot of, but now there was a lot of laws, or there were no laws that were protecting married women whatsoever in cases of domestic abuse. Now there are some laws that help, but they don't really criminalize domestic abusers whatsoever. But at least women are able to get away from that situation for a couple days.
What if the wife is beating the husband? Is there a place for the husband to go? Can the husband go to the place where the women are allowed to go? I might need a place to go.
Fucking idiot, man. My God.
She beats me.
She doesn't.
She does. She is black on it.
Oh, good point.
No, feel like okay. So there's like a safe haven for women involved in.
You're talking about like women shelters.
Yeah, can a guy go there?
Well, those women shelters are highly underfunded, and they're not able to help women the way they need to be helped. Granted, some are able to do a lot of great things with what they have, but with the capacity of abused women, it's hard to save them all.
I do know someone who went to one and they were basically sharing a bed. There were a lot of them sharing a bed. She became
why are you looking at me? I know women.
I know somebody.
It's got a weird vibe.
God, that's the whole point. We're all weird, man. This is our vibe.
My ass hurts.
But to answer, maybe back in the day, yeah, it was definitely a form of enslavement.
What's that
I
Michigan
don't-
law? You still can't cut your hair unless
I
your
almost
husband
brought
says
that
so.
up.
I don't really think that's the case now, but I do feel like domestic violence isn't taken serious enough to stop it from happening any more than it does.
No, you can't stop people beating people. Like, period. There's just
I
this-
do believe that what we need to do is offer these men help as well. Obviously, they've gone through something to make them the way they are, or they're just complete sociopaths.
Right, what if they don't believe there's nothing wrong with them?
Right. I mean, if they're willing to get the help, then we can get them
What?
the help they need. But I mean, if not, then yeah, maybe we need to reconsider what to do with them.
Was that a shot at me?
No, it was a
Oh, because
legit
you laughed.
question.
I was just gonna say
Because you pointed at me.
I was saying
What? Oh, I was looking at her, and you pointed at me, so I laughed, because I was
Look.
like, yeah, it could be a shot.
look, man. I admit my faults.
Do you?
Yes.
Good. This isn't the place, man. This isn't marriage counseling for Jeremy.
I don't. You're such a dick, man.
Yeah, well,
So I brought one of the questions was about that site, Ladies Against Feminism. Did you happen to look into that at all?
No,
Is that?
I've been working a lot.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
not me.
No. That a girl.
Um,
So, I don't know. I didn't look into it.
then why is this a question?
Because I was just wondering if you knew anything about it.
What is it?
Is there Ladies Against Feminism? Just Google it.
I will
There
say-
are ladies that are against it, but they're older.
Here's
No
the thing.
shit.
So obviously there are women who also are victim of the patriarchy, and it's all internalized, you know. My grandma and me once got in an argument about emotional abuse compared to domestic abuse, and you know, my grandma was beat severely by one of her husbands.
Mm.
My
The
grandpa.
website's on vacation. It went to the spot, it says.
That's so sexist.
But there's also abusers who just scream and yell and call their partner's name and things like that. And
Bullet.
That's, a form of abuse as well. And both should be recognized, but she feels like, oh, well, that's not as bad. Which I guess, it's not, definitely, but...
I mean, yeah, you're not getting beat, but,
she
like,
doesn't,
breaking someone
there
down...
are women out there who don't see that women are oppressed, or don't see, or they feel that they are supposed to serve men, or they feel like other women can't be trusted, and things like that. I mean, it's toxic, and it's not good, but I also feel like all of those feelings they have also comes from the society we live in. My mom, she doesn't trust other women. She feels like they're all backstabbers. We are told that there's a constant need to compete with each other, that there can only be one girl like this or one woman like that, instead of us being able to just be who we are and be accepted.
No, yeah.
You got gum in your fruit.
And I had a feminist Instagram for a while, the Feminist Pursuit of Happiness, and I had to stop because it was just so crazy.
What, was it a bunch of anti-feminists going on there?
Yeah, and so negative and like threatening and violent.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't, this is too much for me.
Could men be feminists?
Yeah.
We could be a part of the feminist movement.
Yeah.
Can we be men in a minute? that does not work out. I'm just going to sit back. It's going to be a joke, but it doesn't sound right.
You sound like Nemo. Where do you live? In the
Yeah, men can be feminist, as long as you're actually like fighting the cause and not using it just to be cool or to get laid.
Oh, we're not cool.
No.
We're getting laid. So,
I'm
I
getting
got
laid.
laid. So,
Oh, it's been
what
a while
are...
for me. I got sick, so it doesn't happen. How was your Thanksgiving? Because I threw up almost.
It was good.
Jesse did throw up. He enjoyed Steven's dinner so much that he had to taste it again.
Oh, by
At
the
2 in
way,
the
yeah,
morning.
he ate all the souffle, so that's who you yell at.
Mommy?
Next question.
I didn't get no.
What, you don't like it?
I
No,
didn't-
you guys get off track a lot.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, we do.
People love it.
Our numbers are going up.
You're welcome. It's because of me.
No, it's not.
Look, we're not playing blackjack here. I can't check your bet. No, okay. What are some things we could do to be involved? By we, I mean men in general, not Steven and I. Steven's not going to do anything. He's just curious.
You can just help make the society we want by, doing small things like, letting your, little girls grow up and be what they want to be, dress how they want to dress. Let them, be free to express themselves. You guys can teach them body positive image and things like that.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. I made my daughter cry because I called her fat.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Well,
Don't worry, you're not perfect. One year at the Pulaski Parade, Jeremy called the Pulaski Creed fat. He said they're usually fat and ugly.
Well,
When did
Polish
I say
people are.
that?
I mean, look at
in
me.
front of all the little girls.
When did I say that?
Well, it's been a couple of years ago because you didn't go this year. and mine
I
was
don't
she
think I went
was
last
So
year
you know
either.
what that does, though, when you say things like that in front of them?
makes them eat more.
You devalue them and making them feel like they're only worth as pretty as they are.
Well, she was
Just
on like
Polish girls.
She was on like her fourth helpings of dinner, and like, you might want to slow down. And she said no, and I said, well, if you don't, you're gonna get fat. And she started
helping.
crying. So I told her, I was like, I don't mean it like that. I am so sorry. I'm giving it from my point of view, the fact that I know what it's like to be fat. If you don't slow down on your eating, you're gonna be like me.
Let her grow.
And you don't want that. No, you don't
there's-
want that.
There's way to promote healthy eating without using
The word fat.
Well, no one taught me that.
Well,
They just called me fat.
Another thing that guys can do is when they hear their fellow peers talk certain ways or say dumb things, is to like stand up. Or
As I
if
did
you
with
see-
Dave.
Or if you see, men intimidating a woman or a person on the street, step in and help out.
What if it looks like he'll beat the shit out of me?
I was going to
How do
ask
you-
the same
if
thing.
you feel that way, how do you think that woman feels?
Objectified.
Not sexy.
What?
Scared.
No.
You know, what it really is just completely unlearning all of these behaviors that we've all been taught since
That's
our
hard.
birth. Yeah, it is hard. You know, and that's where I differ from a lot of people, and that's something I had to learn myself, is you can't expect people to change overnight. It's an ongoing process. It's giving them space to learn and try. And
Would you say it's gotten better with our generation and beyond? Because it seems like, I know there's still going to be 8 billion racist fuckers and sexist fuckers, but if you look at, the generation before us, our parents and so forth, they were a lot different than us, and as we get older and as more generations comes along, it becomes a little bit better, right?
No, because then you got like us listening to the radio and, well, you should know that if your feet hurt from wearing heels, you should just wear smaller heels. You're right, I'm a piece of garbage.
Oh,
Do you
freaking
laugh at
Howard.
that? It's hard not to,
But put it in, is it, if it's in a joking sense, it's I mean, I guess
No,
it
she
should
told
be
me
funny.
before that if I make a sexist joke, I'm sexist.
Okay,
In text message.
okay, that's fair. I mean, if
So
you make
if-
a racist joke, you're racist, so I mean, that makes sense.
Even if you know, no, there's
I said,
like
it's
borderlines
depend-
to it.
What is the content of the joke? Are you doing it just to be an asshole?
It was from Free Beer and Hot Wings. so
Generally.
probably they were talking. They
Yeah,
were
like,
oppressing
you're
women.
just was he talking about the oppression of women, or was he making a joke out of it?
Making a joke out of it.
So it wasn't like, yeah, women feel like they're forced to wear heels. See, and like I said, it all depends on these contexts.
It's like they make fun of how men were to women in the past. Like, I made you some coffee. I'm getting better at it. Your coffee is garbage.
But
you know?
see, don't you feel like that just kind of shines the light on the fact that like that was real?
Yeah, because I don't think them personally are like that. They just
That's what I'm saying.
Make money
kinda
off
like
it.
I know, like how many some people they mess with their bits and whatnot. But like if you really think about it, it's like, oh man, like is it really sexist, or is it like he's right, man? That's what people do. You know what I mean?
yeah. Have
don't
you
remember how they finished it,
seen
yeah.
that? Like being more involved in the comedy scenes?
Yeah. There's I don't really remember his name, but
That's
he has
fine.
a bit.
He probably couldn't afford the $27 plug anyway.
Then I go, I go to a lot of the shows, so I see a lot of comics start a bit and what it turns into. He has this bit about this other guy, not Colin, I just want to make that clear. He has a bit about being triggered and how that word is overused and how it takes away the meaning from the word when people use it just as being offended, right? When he first did it, it started off with like a woman at one of the shows said that she was triggered. And I was like, I don't really care for his style of comedy anyways, but I was like, man, that's kind of a good point. People use this word and they forget like what it's really used for. But what he turned it into, his bit, I don't like it. Because so it starts off, his whole like source of the word trigger is for like, people with PTSD. But what people also forget is triggers could be used for any form of traumas, whether that's sexual abuse or suicide. And while he's shining the light on, this word for PTSD, he kind of made a mockery of it for people who's been through traumatic events like being raped and things like that.
I don't think suicide would work because I can't be triggered if I'm already dead.
People
Sorry.
attempt suicide and survive.
Oh God, that makes more sense.
Kurt.
Oh
Oops.
God, you shouldn't have saved him.
But I mean,
I gotta leave. Did he tell you that let me get my microphone back to where it was. Did he tell you that during this I'm gonna say stupid jokes and I don't mean half of them? It's just something that pops in my head and I want to try to get a
She
cheap
knows
laugh.
us.
She might not know me anymore.
You're the same.
I'm the same. I like cheap laughs.
okay.
Okay,
Is there any
That
more
was
to
that was good, man. No, it was good. Should have saved him.
You were explaining what happened.
I saved my brother's
She wasn't.
life.
She
I
wasn't
was-
listening.
I
She
was-
stopped listening a
No,
lot
I
while.
was here.
I,
I seen what played out. I don't need a narration of it.
I saved his life, but in my defense, or in his defense, I didn't have to. He slit his wrist wrong anyway. So
It would have just been
No.
slower.
But yeah.
it would have saved you a lot of trash picking up
Oh God.
and puking on my chair
Oh God.
and in the kids' room and shitting himself and using mouthwash and conditioner. Why did I say yeah? Hey Vince,
He used
my brother Kurt's
mouthwash
gonna
as
move in with us.
conditioner?
He used mouthwash and conditioner to try to wash the shit out of his underwear. We went out. We came home, and as soon as you walked through the front door, you could smell mouthwash. You remember that at all?
Yeah.
Jesus, I just shit my pants 3 times the other day, and I just threw them on the floor. I just washed them. I washed them, but mouthwash and conditioner?
Liz just asked me if we have vacuum bags.
Vacuum? Who uses a vacuum cleaner with bags anymore?
I have a Kirby.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
no, that's she's finally back.
Okay. Was that your last question, Jeremy? Because she
I
has
think-
to go. That's
I
all the
think
time.
so.
That's all the time Vincey's got. So I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you telling me I was wrong once. I'll never forget it. I know I'm a douche. What the hell did you do to this thing?
We moved.
No, we're good. I got it.
I mean, how do
Huh?
what are your guys' thoughts
On what?
on feminism and
You want to know my thoughts? What's the name of that book? I want to look it up.
the feminist pursuit of happiness?
Do
Do you think she got sued by the dude that wrote The Pursuit of Happiness?
Well, the whole concept of the book was really interesting because it's saying how feminism came so far. Like, we've had our right to life, we got our rights to liberty, but we're still denied our pursuit to happiness. And in the book it explained that, and it's not just about our country, it's nationwide. Like, they have a whole, she interviews different women and different stories for each kind of big things in our lives, and
How many pages?
it's a lot of reading.
Oh, I do audiobooks.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
But, like, even she brought up the point, like, in how in third world countries, there's, like, basically, like, slavery where they're
Damn.
forcing women to be surrogates.
Did I send you any questions about worldwide? Because I almost went to it, but I didn't know if you.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
But, I mean,
Because like in America, there's problems, but go beyond our border and the problems.
Are we talking like the religious
ours-
purposes?
No,
because
just
they-
anything. Like
Would
well,
you-
there's societies that are ruled by religion that are very...
And if they're fine with it, then
Well, that's the thing. You say
are those your ankles?
they're fine with it, but...
if they're fine with it, not I.
See, they don't know. They don't
They don't
a lot
know
of
any
them
better.
Don't realize
Right,
that-
right. But I mean, that's just a religion, right? I mean, you're Catholic. There's got to be some things that you follow that people don't believe in, right?
I identify as Catholic just because I believe in praying to the Mother Mary. As far as like being part of the Catholic Church, I don't really feel like I am anymore.
It'd be boring anyways,
I don't.
right?
I don't agree with things that have been happening. I don't agree with any of it. So
But that new pope, he's a badass. He's kind of
he's
better than the last
Okay,
1800.
so right, so we have this great pope, right? Love is love. He says this and that, but we've recently just had a priest deny communion to,
I saw that.
to a woman who's legally married to another woman, which is crazy because Catholic churches don't even recognize legal marriages to begin with. And she's been married for 3 years, so it's like, what's going on? What are they really trying to do? And the bishop backs him, so it's like.
Yeah,
What's
there's
the point of having this pope that preaches these things if lower level is just doing whatever they want anyways? So.
we
Kind of sounds like America with the president and Congress and shit like that.
me and Steven work with a pastor, and I had some respect for him, except for when I said I was gonna punch him.
Right.
And no, I got along with him just fine. But when I brought up his opinion on gay marriage, he gave me his honest opinion, and I think I stopped talking to him after that.
Yeah, he doesn't like Elton John because he doesn't like queers.
Yeah, he's like, I was a big Elton John fan until he came out of the closet, and I was like, God damn, I love Elton John.
And he says his music's fine. It's good music, but I just don't agree. And that's fine. If he doesn't agree with that lifestyle, that's his life. That's his decision.
70.
It is what it is. 65. You know, I'm not here to tell anyone to live how they want to live, and I can't.
All those beliefs and stuff. It's just all. It has to be unlearned, though. That's the thing.
And you can't teach an old dog new tricks when it comes to them old people. Those, again, as we put it, second time today, 18th time in the last week.
You could get into the microphone if you want. Boomers.
Yeah, it's just whether it's somebody's quote unquote. It doesn't matter what their beliefs are because these people exist. Like
Right.
Their beliefs doesn't compare to their lives. Like they're here, they're physically here. They shouldn't be treated as second-class citizens or that their love is a sin. Like it's all just bullshit.
Well, he's a tough one, man. He's a I used his name before, but he's a tough cookie because he believes in the rights, and he says, you know, if you want to be gay, you can be gay. I don't personally believe in it because he reads the Old
Testament. That's the thing, like, believe it. Like, it's like when people say, I don't believe in abortion. Like, it's out there. It's a real thing.
Right.
It's not... it's not a question of whether you believe in it or not.
He thinks man was made for woman and woman made for man.
Yeah, the H spot. Yeah, I forgot that's the
H spot?
That's the actual title of it.
Sounds sexy. What's the H spot?
It's the book.
No, what, does that mean anything?
It's a play off the G spot. What do you mean?
That's what I assumed. And I'm like, well, shit. Yeah, actually, tell us. Is there an H spot that we should know about?
It's an interesting book, and I mean, I don't like reading that much, but I read through that whole thing. And
I only like reading one thing.
Normally
you can see them up there, but I don't think you can. I think I got all the Harry Potters up there. So I'm gonna try to close her out again. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I notice you do the same thing I do. It gets fucking hot in here, and we take all the oxygen away, and every now and then you gotta go.
No, I just don't want to breathe into the mic.
Oh, I'll start talking, and all of a sudden I can't breathe anymore, and I don't realize how long I've been talking because I talk nonstop, and I'm like, he's like, God, you're fat.
I got gingerbread houses to make.
Yeah, I know. You got 3 minutes to get out of here, so thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. Jeremy appreciated it. Fucking God, I can't talk either.
All jokes aside, I really do appreciate it.
Why the fuck did you have to do that with the microphone?
I don't know.
Okay. I do too.
I'm going to leave with her.
What? Why?
I have to go do something real quick before Gabby leaves.
Oh, you're coming back though, then, right? Because
Yeah.
we're not done.
No, we're not.
Thank you for
It's gonna be
coming
our
in.
longest episode.
Again, it ain't gonna be the longest.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you guys can cut.
Well, we don't really cut anything out.
No, we're going to cut some of it out.
Again, thank you. We wanted to give our listeners a different point of view because we agree with women's right. I don't want to say I'm a complete feminist because I can't because I know how I am.
Free the nip.
But thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, ready? Anything else? You got something? You got something on the horizon here? You got something you got to talk about?
Our guest said we were completely unorganized, and she wasn't sure what we wanted out of that, but she hopes we're happy with what we got.
Oh, we're always unorganized.
Yeah, I said we're always unorganized. I mean, I told you this is how we are.
You took my picks.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to put the card back.
Well, shit.
Oh.
Good stuff.
I won. I'm smarter than the twin trivia.
Yeah, you are.
Smarter than the fifth grade twin.
Alright, well, alright.
I thought you wanted to use the bitches back.
Oh, did you get rights to it?
Google it. Did you get rights to any of the song you used?
Nope, not yet. But I feel like he's a very powerful man, and he will sue us. But I also feel like he'd be the person that would be okay with us using it. Right? He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I don't know how. I looked it up. I can't figure it out.
You gotta contact the company that owns that song.
I think he owns them.
Well, I mean, he does, but
I'll tweet his husband. His husband runs his Twitter. I'll do it right now.
well, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen and lady, I really don't know how many people listen. I hope you enjoyed this another longer episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Vincey. If it sounds weird, it's because I still suck at what I'm doing. That's fair, right?
No comment.
But again, she sat this far off the microphone and talked and hoped that it'd pick it up. And she wouldn't get closer. She said she wouldn't. I'm not putting my mouth on that microphone.
I know. I turned the windsock around for her and everything.
So, if it sounds funky, I'll just cut it.
She has
Oh
a big
my
deal with
God. We
touching
had
my
this whole
old
conversation about feminism, and you're just like, oh,
spit. You can take that out.
I'm still mess up the song. I'll bleep it. I can bleep it. Wah, wah. Yeah?
I'm just mad.
Why?
This whole thing sucked.
Did it?
Yeah, everything
Oh,
all sucked. Just
yeah.
get rid of it. It's all terrible. It's all
Jeremy
garbage.
said it sucked because
It's all
I kept-
garbage.
I
The whole
kept
thing is garbage.
interrupting
It's
it,
garbage.
and I did
I'm
not
out here.
keep interrupting it. You asked quite a few questions.
I asked like 2 questions.
All right. He's full of it. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's okay, guys.
I'm not full. I didn't get Thanksgiving dinner.
Me either. If you enjoyed this, please.
You got any chips and dip left?
Yeah.
I'm taking it home with me.
You can't take all of it. You can take some of it.
I'm gonna take it all.
You can't.
You
Daniel will
owe
get
me.
mad.
Fuck you.
If you enjoyed this, please listen, share, review.
If
Apple
you
Podcasts,
didn't
Google Play,
enjoy it, we understand.
tune in, Stitcher, YouTube at
I
Inside
didn't
the Mind
enjoy
with
it
Brothers
either. I
Humphrey,
was here. I didn't
Pandora,
like it, man. It
the
was
Brothers
all garbage, man.
Humphrey.libsyn.com, Facebook at Inside the Mind with Brothers Humphrey, and Twitter at The Bros Hump. We'll look forward to having a better episode possibly next week. Maybe not. Probably not, because we're not really any good. Until then, it's Inside the Mind with Brothers Humphrey with a huge...
It was bullshit, man. It's all fucking bullshit.
It's huge bullshit.
Just see you.
Just bullshit.
Just see you. See you later.
Bullshit.
There's a bunch of shit. Goddamn bullshit. Stranger Things, man. Goddamn bullshit. The puke